Yes. Hi, I'm Susie. This is Michael, and this is our second Core conference. And we said next year we're going to be on stage, and we made it. So we're so excited to be here. As I said, we're from Lilly, and we want to start off by telling you a little bit about our company. So Lilly, through deep technical innovation, discovers, develops, and delivers medicine to make life better for people around the world. And today we are serving 60 million patients. But we have a goal. By 2030, we want to reach and help 150 million patients around the world. That means within 5 years, we need to go from 60 million people to 150 million. And we cannot do this if our workforce isn't as productive as possible. We cannot do this if our employees are spending all of their time on the phone with the IT service desk trying to solve problems. Every minute that we spend on the phone trying to solve a technical problem is a minute that we're not finding that next medicine and delivering that next medicine that could change a life or even save a life. Every minute matters, and I would argue that user experience matters. So let's talk a little bit about experience. In 2023, our workforce spent 4.6 million minutes on the phone with the IT service desk. This didn't even include all the time it took to actually resolve the problem, just the amount of time they spent on the phone with the desk. 4.6 million minutes that they weren't discovering or delivering that next life-changing or life-saving medicine. But in December of 2023, we turned on our Kore chatbot, and by January, 20% of that volume was being solved by our chatbot. Which is exciting, but not good enough. So that's when we pivoted, leveraging technology and very bold moves. Would you believe that in 6 months, we were then resolving 50% of our volume? We weren't, actually. In 6 months, we were solving 70%. Oh, thank you. 70%. 70% of our volume coming into our bot never made it to a human. We were instantly helping our employees get back to productivity faster. And in that time frame, our user experience scores went up. So we were pretty excited. I'm now going to hand it over to Michael, and he's going to tell you how we did it.
Thank you, Susie. I'll take it. Awesome. So this is a sample of what we achieved value-wise in 2024. As Susie just stated, we started at 20%, and we made it all the way up to 70%. I'll talk on the next slide about some of the tactics we implemented last year to help us achieve these goals. The call volume, we did a big push Q3 and 4 to really shift volume away from the phone to the IT service, or to our digital channel, and helping drive the AI volume. And we saw a 25% reduction in overall call volume last year. The support channel now was predominantly in 2023 was phone. We now have shifted that through our Kore.ai, so now 88% of support goes through Kore.ai, with the other 12% being phone volume. User satisfaction score is probably the biggest thing that we care about right now. We began the year at 2.98. People were understanding how to interact with the bot, how to prompt it accordingly. The data maybe wasn't as good as it needed to be, but we got that all the way up to 4.03 out of 5. That's the baseline this year. We're hoping to get very close to 5 as the year progresses. And then we saw an overall incident reduction of 47,000 tickets to our human agents last year. So what's unique about all of this is, as Lilly is in a growth phase and the number of employees that we have at Lilly are continuing to grow, we've actually been able to decrease the number of agents it takes to handle support via those employees. So some of the tactics that we implemented as part of this innovation journey is one of the very first things we did was more of a personalized AI approach. So we support very different devices. We're global in nature. So one of the first things we did is, if you have a MacBook, obviously we're not showing you stuff for a Windows or a Dell laptop. If you're in China, we're not showing you information relevant to just the US and stuff. So we provided a personalized touch to the employee to showcase data only pertinent to them and where they're situated. We did a massive digital campaign. So we created shirts, we posted articles globally, we have TVs around our campus that we advertised Kore.ai on. We did pop-up shops, so new employees being onboarded, we were there teaching them to utilize Kore.ai. Salesforce, same thing, we'd meet them where they're at. Basically, the reason was give everyone a reason not to say they didn't know about our AI opportunities and the channels to utilize it. Same with the phone. You call the phone, the very first thing you're hearing is our Kore.ai chatbot and where to access it and how to utilize it. And then it presents the phone option. So that gets us to the reduced phone support. We actually limited our phone support to just 5 use cases. If that wasn't one of the phone use case support, then you were driven to our Kore.ai platform to solve that issue, and we saw an increase in volume. I think what is most unique about that is, I'm sure we all had these challenges. We have the early adopters that were utilizing AI, wanted to utilize chat. Then we had the other people who were comfortable on the phone, despite if it took longer to get to an answer. On average, we save about 50 to 75% of the time utilizing AI. So we actually pulled some of those people that weren't wanting to adopt early to the AI platform and got them comfortable and really held their hand throughout it all. And then the data side. So one of the biggest drivers of contacts to the desk are people wanting tech accessories or needing assistance installing software. We automated that whole process through our AI chatbot, which helped reduce overall incidents and calls as well. Now we've gotten very much in a proactive stage. So now that we've been able to gather a lot more data through Kore.ai, we've been able to tailor and be able to analyze the data and be more proactive. So if we see issues starting to arise for our users, we're actually able to deploy automation to them to drive fixes before they even need to contact the service desk. So we've gone from a very reactive approach to a very proactive approach in nature. Susie?
Yeah, you can keep it. But we did not stop there. At the beginning of last year, our bot was just answering and handling IT issues, but we onboarded 2 more of our internal desks. We are now up to 9 and soon to be 15 if you click one more time across these different areas. And so an employee at Lilly can now go to the same place, the same bot, and they can order an iPad. Then they can turn around and ask a question about their latest invoice. They could submit a request to HR and also find out their meal allowance for their next upcoming trip, all in one place. And if you're thinking about doing this, we know that you can. One more click for me. Our advice is to take those bold moves. Take your entire company outside of their comfort zone. Really push the limits. And then when you learn from that, you iterate and make sure you have your executive support so that if you do stumble, they're right there to support you. And do not underestimate the amount of investment into the user experience. Invest in user experience design, end-to-end, even conversational experience. And it will pay off, trust me. But that is all for today. Again, one more click. This is Michael, I'm Susie, and we would love to hear what bold moves that you have in store. So come find us.
Thank you.
Thank you.